racist comedian humbled by Matt McCusker's wife. By the way, I remember you guys telling me about this in the stream chat, but I couldn't find more information about it when it happened. I think it was like a rumor or something and I went around, I think on the social. I don't know how this went about, but I do remember not being able to find too much info about what actually went down. But yeah, allegedly Matt McCusker's wife slapped up that guy, right? What's his fucking name? Timmy No Bricks. But the reason was never I don't think I remember hearing a reason. But I guess now we found out that allegedly that Timmy No Bricks is racist.
I've literally never met your wife. I've never said a word to her. I feel so...
No, you can't take it back now.
You're going to have to face her out there.
I thought I would be able to see her, but I guess not.
Wow.
But anyways, Timmy No Breaks is making jokes about Matt McCusker's black wife. And Matt is like, dude, you're gonna get punched in the face, dude. If you keep doing this, you're gonna get punched in the face. Matt McCusker's wife walks up to Timmy No Breaks and just fucking clocks him, dude.
Alright, so apparently one of the 250 comedy assassins from Austin, Texas, quite literally got some sense knocked into him recently by Matt McCusker.
Forget saying that about his wife. Forget saying that about her. Saying that on a panel next to him, like, he's lucky Matt is chill. He's lucky Matt McCusker's chill, and Matt McCusker obviously knows his wife well, so he knew she'd fucking sort him out. But it's wild how he even had the balls to say that joke about not being able to see the wife sat next to the husband, you know? Comedian or not, that's not even like that isn't even like, you're better off calling her a whore or something, and like, that's just racist, isn't it? That doesn't even sound like a good joke. Am I not like no wonder he got punched in the face. That's not even a joke. Like, you're better off calling her a fucking whore or something, right? Than just saying, oh, I can't see her because she's too dark. Like, what? Timmy No Breaks, bro. He was the darling of Kill Tony. The darling of Kill Tony. Now look at him.
McCusker's wife, Brittany McCusker, which happened after this guy made a bunch of poor taste jokes about Brittany during the most recent episode of Story Wars.
Timmy No Breaks.
I'm plugging Matt's wife.
Boo! Hey, work's work.
Yeah, I get paid.
Big J Okerson.
Don't kiss my fucking ass now. Shut up.
I said I'm gonna fuck his wife after the show. That's what I said. I didn't say anything but that. Okay, Lewis.
Take it away,
I
Lewis.
didn't apologize as myself. I said I'm fucking your wife after the show. Okay.
But if you guys don't know who this obnoxious guy in the leather jacket is yet, his name is Timmy No Breaks, and this is actually a character he's been doing on Kill Tony for about a year now. And when he first appeared on Kill Tony, he was pretty well received by the audience, as people didn't really know what to expect with him. But after becoming a regular on Kill Tony,
again, looking back, was he well received on Kill Tony because he was one of the only decent ones they had for a long time? That might just be one of the things about Kill Tony. Kill Tony greatness, or being good on Kill Tony, might have less to do with you actually being good than when you come around. Your timing is also really important. If you happen to follow a whole host, a whole bevy, a whole lineup of just terrible week after week pulls from Kill Tony, you probably will sound amazing if you're like half decent. You know, especially with Tony gassing you up and shit. The Reddit, the Kill Tony Reddit guys liking you. The crowd like. Do you know what I mean? You probably sound way good, way better when people have been terrible before you. Because this is a crazy pivot, man. He went from literally being one of the most beloved people ever to now suddenly making crass, quasi-racist jokes about another comedian's wife who he don't even know that comedian. I don't even think. If I'm not mistaken, again, I'm gonna go off the limb here, but I don't even think Timmy No Breaks is that friendly or knows Matt McCusker to that level. It probably would be different if him and Matt McCusker were like friends. I don't even think they're friends. I don't think he even knows who he is, like outside of comedy. So it's like, I don't know if you can say that if we're not like friends.
This Timmy No Breaks character quickly became stale, as there's only so many things you can say in a thick New Jersey accent that are funny. So nowadays, even he's getting tired of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just another Austin hack. Yeah, true. Big up Keepy Night Blood Reputation. Big up Josie. Was I heard from an actual comic working. He says that the Kill Tony guys can't do an hour. Yeah, I'm a surprise. Watching enough for Kill Tony, you'll realize a lot of those guys are probably funniest within that kind of time limit or within that kind of, you know, scenario. Take them outside of it, it becomes a whole different story. Even just in bars, you know, I'd imagine it's the same. Take those guys out and put them on bars, you know, the comedy and the sense of humor is not the same. But I'm just surprised at the racist pivot. I get even his whole persona, the whole act, the whole fucking character wasn't for everybody, but I never expected someone to be like, oh, he's racist now, that guy. That was never on my... I mean, I never would have expected I would have seen him be racist. That'll be the next pivot. I never thought that. It's crazy. I thought people might not like his jokes and might think he's not funny, but racist is like, fucking hell. Insane pivot.
As he's essentially just a one-trick pony.
Okay, this next impression is going to be the generic white guy. What's up? My name's Tim Stiefler, and I'm from San Diego, and I don't want to do Timmy No Breaks anymore. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate this fucking guy. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. All these shows, like my dreams came true, right? Like people are buying tickets to see Timmy No Breaks, and I have to show up and be like, you're gay, you're gay, and I'd be like, that's not funny at all.
So keep in mind that he's a beginner stand-up comic who's kind of trapped in this Timmy No Breaks character, and is really just forced to do it at this point, since when he does stand-up as his actual self, Tim Stiefler, it's not really as strong, and obviously doesn't draw as many people to his shows compared to the No Breaks guy. So the boredom and frustration of being forced to stick with this one-trick pony shtick has actually pushed him towards this Austin style of offensive shock humor, which is apparently what a lot of beginner comics at the mothership gravitate towards, since they think that
oh, this explains everything, innit? What's her name? Big up, is it Lev Toadstool? That lady comedian? Is it Lev? I forgot how you pronounce her name. But big up that lady, man. You were right. Anyone that doubted you was wrong. You were right, man. This whole like shocking to be shocking for the sake of it, not being funny, just being mean-spirited. She was right to call it out. This is exactly what... This is a consequence of it. This is a consequence of Rogan's toxic comedy mothership culture that they have going on there, where everyone tries to be the most they think being offensive is really funny. Just be offensive as you be the most offensive as you can. Not fucking counter good. Just say no to the mob army. Now look. Now fucking look.
that's what the top dogs want from them. Like, this guy's entire career was because Tony Hinchcliffe deemed him worthy enough to be a regular on Kill Tony. But now that Tim Stiefler doesn't really have any direction with his comedy character, Timmy No Breaks, he's now just resorted to following Tony's and even Louis J. Gomez's lead on stage. Like during this Story Wars episode, all the guys up there were just picking fun at Matt's wife, for whatever reason. But Timmy No Breaks was really the one who was turning it up a notch. And even though Matt was being nice about it, you could tell that he was getting irritated with it. And you could also probably assume that he felt that his wife didn't really like being the butt of the joke whatsoever.
Story number 7. I refuse to go with my significant other to visit their dad in jail.
Now, I would think Big J, because he hasn't had a story, but Matt's wife is black. Can I be honest with you? My first thing was to jokingly laugh and go, like, Louis, that's fucked up. And I was like, it's a really decent, rational...
Okay, can I actually put one...
There's a big difference between what they said and also Matt, I think, is way friendly with those guys than what he's about to say, no? There's a huge difference already by the joke that Louis J. Gomez made and the one that Big J. Okerson kind of riffed on than what he's about to say. Plus, they're his friends, so let's hear what he has to say.
more thing out there
Sure.
for Matt? Okay, so obviously his wife's dad abandoned her, right? And he doesn't. Sorry.
No, oh, that guy had enough.
Sit down, sir. Sit
Real
down.
nice, Timmy.
Come on, buddy. Come back. It's okay.
Come on, dude. So what?
Let's
Man,
cut
all
that.
kinds
Let's
of
fucking
colored
cut that.
people go to jail. White people, that's why there's wars in jail. Everyone's white, Asian.
McCusker is genuinely autistic. There's a chance. There's a chance that he just doesn't feel things when people have emotions in front of him. I met his wife backstage. She's a bitch. I gotta be honest with you. She was so mean. It was insane.
That's crazy to say.
Yeah, because she's black. You fucking racist piece of shit.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
In third place with 9 points, Matt McCusker.
Matt got 9 points by story number 3, and he has not scored a single point since.
No. Just fending off attacks from my wife by these fucking scumbags. All for YouTube credit, man. That's cool.
Clout chasing pieces of shit.
And you see, a lot of people
I don't get the feeling he was even that happy about Lucha. I don't know. Looking back at this video, I don't think he's even like Lucha Gomez's.
Do you have a gun?
Yo, big up, casual.
Big up AZ, I made some fire emoji, chicken thighs, and this time you should have gotten the wings, but thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Saluting face emoji, saluting face emoji, saluting face emoji.
Bit casual. Yeah, I'll probably get them in the afternoon anyway. I'll probably get them in the afternoon. No big deal. I'll probably get them in the afternoon. But happy you had some thighs, brother. Well done. Well fucking done. Nothing better. There's actually nothing better than making your own. I probably should make my own, to be fair. Bit of cornstarch, little bit of cornstarch on them bad boys. You know what I mean? Nicely seasoned. Put them in an air fryer. Woohoo!
online are split about this Story Wars episode, as a bunch of Kill Tony fans are actually sticking up for Timmy No Jokes and Lewis and Tony here, stating that the jokes made about Matt's wife were actually fine, while also stating that they certainly didn't warrant a right-handed cross from Brittany McCusker. But if you guys are in that camp,
nah, they did. Chat shit get banged, man. Chat shit get banged. Notice Brittany didn't punch Lucia Gomez or Big J Okerson. Noticed Brittany did not punch Lucia Gomez or Big J. So yeah, chat shit get banged.
just keep in mind that they most definitely cut a bunch of clips out of this podcast that were probably aimed at Brittany McCusker. I mean, even in that last clip, Timmy himself was asking for them to cut some parts of the podcast out. And there's even a part of the podcast later on where it's pretty obvious that they cut it at the part where Timmy No Breaks was going on about Matt's wife. Another thing to keep in mind about this too is that Brittany McCusker isn't a stand-up comedian, like in any shape or form. So it just seemed like a disproportionate amount of jokes were aimed at her just because she's married to Matt McCusker. Like, these Austin comics really just go after the lowest hanging fruit they can think of. And of course they think it's peak comedy because the people in the crowd laugh at it. I mean, just take a look at how pathetically Tony Hinchcliffe tries to get a rise out of the crowd here.
You guys are both half Puerto Ricans?
Yeah.
Why do you read so Puerto Rican?
Reading Puerto Rican means you can't read.
Yeah.
It's a pretty dominant gene they have.
No
Significant other. I just met Jamie's husband backstage.
So this right here is just the epitome of Austin comedy. I mean, here you've got a bunch of 40 to 50-year-old men on stage doing jokes that maybe a third grader would find funny, if that. Like, this is just some grade A toxic sludge that's really only funny for the people in the audience, who are, of course, a particularly rare breed of human being. I mean, just imagine going online and paying for a ticket to attend Story Wars, of all shows. And then on top of that, to think that Tony Hinchcliffe rose to fame by LARP.
And again, though, man, these shows are like sizzling, and there's a like Story Wars like good at one point. Like, what is happening with the content nowadays these guys are making? Grand opening, grand closing. Wasn't Story Wars kind of good? And people were like, yeah, it's fun to watch and it's a nice change from the usual and da-da-da-da. Now look at it. Now fucking look at it. Also, what's Timmy No Breaks doing on the same panel as fucking Matt McCusker anyway? I'm not gonna lie. Timmy No Breaks has no business being on that panel. Not gonna lie, he has no business being on that panel. That's maybe the first fail or the first flop. So maybe Tony Hinchcliffe deserves a punch in the face too for shoehorning him in there, but he doesn't even belong on that fucking panel, really, if you think about it. He's not as established as those other guys, not as well known. You know what I mean? They're actually doing him a favor by putting him on the panel. They're doing him a favor.
Being as someone who can judge stand-up comedy is just beyond me. But what's even crazier than that is the thought that other comics at the mothership actually look up to this guy and try to kiss up to him so much that they even bend their own material on stage to what they think Tony thinks is funny. Like, this guy is really who Timmy No Breaks is trying to please here, which is actually pretty unfortunate. I mean, I don't believe Timmy No Breaks would be so brash these days if it weren't for his idols like Tony Hinchcliffe and Joe Rogan, but I guess that's just the way it is at the comedy mothership, folks. And recently, Ari Shaffir explained this phenomenon in more depth on Steph Tolev's podcast, where he stated that new comics tend to be as aggressively offensive as they can be at the mothership because they think that's what Joe and Tony want.
There is something, and this happened in Houston too, where they did it with Kinnison and Hicks, where they started going like, this is what I think I'm supposed to do based on one of the big things. And a lot of guys are there doing material that they think Rogan and Austin would like.
Yeah.
And not like what they want to do. They're still trying to find themselves. So they go, I guess Rogan, and Rogan's like, I don't care what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Do jokes about Kierkegaard. I'm just making fun of you. I don't give a shit. But they're trying to like please what they think is a version of him, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like not healthy.
No.
But a lot of them are younger, or just like, or it's just a fucking weekday show and they're trying, and you can't judge it too harsh.
Okay. I've seen this guy's act a million times. It's very similar.
Yeah, I mean, some guys are offensive.
Yes.
But also, you don't want to be the guy going, Dice is over the line.
No, Dice is timid compared to this.
Yeah.
Dice is clean compared to
Yeah, but he wasn't. He had other comics ripping up his picture and going, I'll never perform with him.
Oh, really?
Oh, Dice in his prime?
So there's that, and there's the fact that Timmy No Breaks is basically just a cheap knockoff of Andrew Dice Clay, who built his career around playing an exaggerated, loudmouthed, leather jacket-wearing New York tough guy. The big difference between the two, though, is that Dice actually had original material, memorable catchphrases, and enough charisma to turn the character into one of the biggest stand-up acts of the late 80s. Timmy No Breaks, on the other hand, feels more like he's borrowing the attitude, without bringing the same level of joke writing or stage presence. I mean, the guy was obviously an overnight success and still has a pretty long way to go. So he goes overboard in this one and ended up getting rocked in his face because of it.
And you don't tell us, you don't tell each other.
I'm playing for your wife. I've literally never met your wife. I've never said a word to her. I feel so...
No, you can't take it back now.
You're going to have to face her out there.
I thought I would be able to see her, but I guess not.
Wow. The bit is slowly taking over.
But there is some truth in the fact that he's maybe caught up in this madness of being stuck in his character, though, isn't it? That might contribute to this whole racist crash out. There is something, because he was really funny when he first came out. But it also was like one of those things where like, it's like a pair of golden handcuffs, isn't it? Because it's a character. And you're not really, I don't know, you don't really want to be stuck in that role forever. You want people to like you for you and whatever. You know what I mean? Outside of that, it's just, it must take its toll on him as well. Not to shoot him any bail, but that must have been also kind of difficult to kind of come to grips with, like, shit, I'm never going to have, you know what I mean? The career, like, because, you know, I don't know. Still no excuse, though. Still no excuse.
So you guys have to wager. Do not tell me
Before
when
the
you wager.
question?
And if you didn't notice in the last part there, that little shot by Matt there actually just killed Timmy No Break's spirit. I mean, just look at the way he lost his smile after pretending to laugh at Matt McCusker's joke. Like, Matt knows that this character is eating Tim Stiefler alive, and that he's only doing it because that's what the crowd wants. Like, he's truly stuck in this character. And in comparison to someone like Adam Ray, who became well known for doing his Dr. Phil impression, at least he's actually super talented at learning and performing a bunch of different impressions of particular people. So because of that, it's afforded him some longevity in the comedy space. Tim Stiefler on the
I think he was smart to do many at the same time, to be fair to Adam Ray. Big up Adam Ray. He's an established comedian, but he was also smart to do a ton at the same time. He did a ton of other impressions and characters at the same time. He was very smart to do that.
the other hand, seems like he can only do this one bit. So this little jab by Matt definitely hit Timmy in the soul. Then after the show, of course, Matt's wife Brittany, who's actually hilariously enough an ex-cop, threw a haymaker at the guy's temple backstage in the coveted green room of the mothership. So this dude just got completely humbled this night by the McCusker household. Some people online, though, are doubting that this ever happened, since I guess Timmy No Breaks is known for making stories up online, but the fact that Sam Tripoli was an eyewitness to the strike and recounted the entire event on his podcast kind of points to this being true.
You go upstairs. I go into the green room. It's packed. Legion Skanks, Joe Rogan's crew, everybody's in there. Rogan is in there, but everybody else is there. Tim Butterly's there. Timmy No Breaks there. And I go sit down. Tony comes in. We hug. We talk. Matt McCusker comes in.
Wait, Timmy No Break. Is that Timmy No Dice? Is that the same guy?
No. Yeah, well, yeah, that's basically the same guy. Nice guy. So there's frantic energy. Now, I never met Matt McCusker face to face. I don't think so. So I want to introduce myself to him.
Okay.
And the room is just chaotic.
Where is this? Texas?
This is in the green room of the mothership.
Okay.
So I go up there. I go up to Matt. He's talking to Tim Butterly, and I'm like, "Hey, man, hi, I'm Sam Tripoli. I want to introduce you." He shakes my hand and walks off. I'm like, "Okay, that's fine."
What do you mean? Like, didn't say anything? Just walked off?
He just said, "Hey," and walks off.
Okay.
But let me tell the story before you get upset about it, dude.
Okay.
Deserved, by the way. A very deserved reaction to Sam Tripoli coming over. All skittish and stuff. Fucking sweating probably buckets. A very appropriate reaction from Matt. Like, okay, hi. And just kept it moving. It's a very, very, very appropriate reaction to having Sam Tripoli come up to you in the green room trying to be your friend. Very appropriate. Like, alright. Just shake the hand and keep it moving. You're a freak, mate. You're a freak.
So I go sit down. I go, okay, I don't know what's going on. So, anyways, I start looking around at the green room, and I notice it's really crazy energy. Like something just went down. Right. So I start listening, and Tim Butterly can't stop laughing. So supposedly what happened was we were in the second Story Wars. The first Story Wars, Timmy No Breaks, Matt McCusker are on the panel with a chick. I can't remember who it was. But anyways, Timmy No Breaks is making jokes about Matt McCuster's black wife. And Matt is like, dude, you're gonna get punched in the face, dude. If you keep doing this, you're gonna get punched in the face. And he I don't know how long it lasted, but he made a couple jokes. Anyways, afterwards,
on the show.
On Story Wars. Okay. Afterwards, Timmy No Breaks and Tim Butterly are talking in the hallway at the comedy mothership when fucking dude, I normally wouldn't tell these stories, but it's so fucking funny.
Okay.
So Timmy No Breaks talking to Tim.
Yes, you would. You're a little gossip queen. Comedians are a little gossip queen. Shut up, I wouldn't normally say it. Yes, you would.
Butterly. Matt McCuster's wife walks up to Timmy No Breaks and just fucking clocks him, dude. Clocks him. Full clock, bro.
Really?
Clocks him, dude. Bang. She used to be a cop, dude. She's very pretty. Used to be a cop. She gets boom and just full gets him, dude. Hits him. He's kind of shocked. They break it up. He's up there at the top. He's in the green room going, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? He goes, I've never been hit in the, he didn't say it to me, but he's saying it to everybody else. He's like, I've never been punched in the face before. And I'm like, oh, so it's a good thing. This is a good thing for you. It's great to get punched in the face once in a while. So you know there's consequences to your actions.
He's talking to Red Bar right now. He's talking to Red Bar. He's talking directly to Red Bar right now. He's talking directly to Red Bar right now. He's talking, or maybe he's talking to me actually down here, but he's talking directly to Red Bar. I feel like that's aimed directly at Red Bar. He wanted to kill Red Bar so bad.
And everyone just couldn't believe it. I guess the next day they made up.
That's
but it was
crazy.
the funniest story I've ever heard. Everyone could not stop laughing that fucking Matt McCusker's wife just clocked Timmy No Breaks.
Do you think she thought it was going to be like the movies and he would just fall down dead, basically?
Listen, I got nothing but love for Matt McCusker, and his wife is badass. I mean, dude, he's like, dude, my jaw hurts. I was like,
I think the funniest part about this whole situation is that it really actually didn't have to happen. Like, Timmy No Breaks could have just walked off that stage having had another average appearance, and everyone would have forgotten about it about a week later. But instead, Timmy No Dice tried to be as offensive as possible towards Matt's wife in an attempt to join Lewis and Tony on stage, because that's the culture these newer Austin comics have bought into, and now he's kind of cooked. So whether or not Brittany
Yeah, so big up Matt McCusker's wife, man. Real G. Big up Matt McCusker's wife, man. Real G. I don't know. Maybe it's just a comedy thing because of differences, but I do find the whole like I feel, especially with stand, I feel like maybe it's an American thing. I do feel like there is just too much focus on these things anyway. You know? There's a little bit too much, like, it's even with the Bill Burr criticism of like hating Bill Burr because his wife is like, it's strange. Maybe it is an American thing. I feel like in Europe people don't really give a fuck. I feel like in Europe, like, you know what I mean, like, mixed couples is not that big. It's not that big of a deal. Like, no one really bats an eyelid at it. But I feel like they've like. I feel like one of the things that you hear a lot, like if you don't listen to Matt and Shane's My Secret podcast, one of the things that you hear a lot about Matt is that he's got a black wife. Maybe he talks about it a lot himself as well, but I feel like it's not that deep. Like, you fell in love with somebody, like, it doesn't really matter what race they are. You fell in love with someone, that's someone you want to spend your life with, like. But they make such a big deal out of like making everybody aware that his wife is black, that maybe you can't really blame Matt McCusker. So you can't really blame Timmy No Breaks for going down that route. I feel like it's one of the things that if you don't know much about Matt, you would kind of be aware of, you know, but even by force, they'll make you fucking aware of it. But is it really that deep? Is it really that deep that his wife isn't what? I don't know. I don't know. Big up her though. Big up her. Because I think now he's going to think twice. Now he'll think twice about whether or not he decides to make fun of you. Now he'll think twice.